Hey guys, it's Aaron Kurtz, and I want to talk about the obsessiveness part of OCD. Look at some of the potential causes, look at how this works in other people, and this personality characteristics of it to hopefully give you some perspective on your life and this component of your personality. So, obsessiveness. We see obsessiveness in our culture, in our society, in many different ways. I think of people right now um, in our world. Think of like Elon Musk, Bill Gates, um, the sports world, Michael Jordan in the '90s. Anybody who there's just so many examples of people. Anybody who has reached such a high level of success, either in the business world, fashion world, sports world. Um, I could go through examples, and I'm sure you do too, and maybe people you look up to. But there is an obsessiveness. Jeff Bezos. There's obsessiveness to their craft, their profession, that pushes them above the rest. And part of that is this very high mental creativity, mental strength, and intellectualism that allows them, gives them the ability to do that. And I want to say that if you're watching this video and you have OCD symptoms, you have that in you as well. And you have that in you, and that is part of it's not what's causing your OCD, but it's allowing you to cope. And so, a story from my story. And first, I should say I found um, two factors for people that get into this obsessive nature and OCD. Is one is you have this deep sense of I'm not good enough, a deep sense of insecurity, which most people have, right? And then number two is this mental, like I mentioned, mental strength, mental creativity, mental willpower to push yourself through, to push down what you're feeling, and to keep yourself feeling good enough, the survival coping strategy. And that's fundamentally where I see obsessiveness coming from. It's obsessive nature, whether it's in Michael Jordan or Bill Gates or whoever. It's this, they have had the same feelings that we've had, feelings of inferiority, and they overcame them, or they do overcome, they cope with them. Maybe they haven't essentially overcome them, potentially, but they cope with them by pushing themselves to this standard where inside them they feel better about themselves. And that's where the obsessiveness comes in as this strategy to help calm the environment inside. And maybe you spent time, for many with OCD, there was this period of stressful time for maybe you push yourself physically in your work. Or maybe it was physically through exercise. That was my story. I obsessed over training and working out and getting a six pack, getting jacked, and eating low calories, low carbs, and all this stuff. And it drove my body to exhaustion. This obsessive nature that we look up to, right? You look up to people on social media, a few people that are doing this, like David Goggins, that Joe Rogan culture of like workout people. If you can, the more disciplined you are, well, the more extreme you are, somehow it means you're more disciplined, right? And so, this hustle culture type thing, and a lot of it's just coping with these emotions that are underneath, and we've learned this throughout our life. This is what I did. Like I said, through working out, it drove me. My body started whispering to me. It started saying, "Hey," started getting, fears about health and certain issues maybe that are inside of me. Panic attacks. It slowly started ramping up, and then the inability to handle uncertainty about my spirituality and my faith and all of that, and then obviously sexuality and all these OCD themes, right? So it was a ramping up effect to get to OCD. I'm going to say it probably happened this way to you as well, where the obsessiveness was in your life for a long time, and just built up into these kind of this stressful period of time came together to give you what you see as OCD with the intrusive thoughts and images. And so you cope with it for a while. Your obsessive nature and whatnot is sort of your mind's ability. These feelings that go underneath are bubbling over into your conscious, in your subconscious, and your subconscious is basically, it spills into these obsessive rational thoughts, which is that creative, that the strength, one of your strengths is your mental ability and creativity. And so that's how the coping mechanism that runs out eventually spills and expresses itself that way. So just a little hint right there to that nature. Hopefully that helps you. I am opening up a paid online community group where we can go into some of the deeper things on this that I know a lot of you could use help with. Kind of these deeper reasons that separates, people who obsess versus people who obsess and have OCD. Parts that I think are pushed, repressed anger. And that's deeper things there. But that also just creating a less stressful environment for yourself right now, which helps tremendously in calming down OCD thoughts. So I want to open that up, and it's $10 a month. You'll be seeing a link coming for it. I'll talk more about it, but be on the lookout for that so I can add more value to you all. But please subscribe to this video if it was helpful to see more coming out, and like it as well. Thanks for watching, guys.